One of the most important things about selling a product online is to present it in the most appealing way possible for customers. To do this, you might want to follow a few tips to take the perfect photo for all of your products. Following these tips will encourage potential customers to be interested in your product. Plus, it helps them know exactly what they're going to get. I'm Grace from PrintBest, and today I'll be showing you 10 photography hacks that will help you sell your stuff online. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and like this video. You should also share it with your friends so they can benefit from it as well. So without any further ado, let's take a look at our first tip. Number 10, don't use flash. This is a mistake that so many beginners tend to make when they first start product photography. Using the flash on your camera when taking a photo of the product tends to not just blow out all of the colors, but it also creates some harsh glares and shadows that you do not want to appear in your photo. It also makes the image look amateur and customers will be less likely to buy it. Instead of using a flash, try to take advantage of bright lights that don't create pronounced shadows or glare on your product. Also try to wait until daytime because nothing beats natural light. Number 9, use a plain background. The background of your image is sometimes just as important as the product itself. You want a background that makes your photo stand out so that it's the main thing the viewers focus on. This means more often than not, the background should contain nothing at all. The attention should be entirely on the product that you're selling. There are certain cases where this might not be ideal, where you want a lifestyle photo instead, but it really depends on what kind of product you're selling. Here at PrintBest, we create mock-up product images for our clients that make use of a clean, white background with the product being the center of attention, since we fulfill these orders ourselves and ship the t-shirts and mugs directly to our clients' customers. Number 8, don't use distracting elements. It's okay to add a few extra things to your photo that don't have anything to do with the product you're selling, but you should just remember that it shouldn't be too distracting. Taking a creative or artistic photo for your product can help it in a lot of ways, but it shouldn't come at the cost of the product itself. Remove all the extra clutter and make sure that the product itself is the main attraction. The customers are here to buy your product, not to enjoy your artsy photography. Number 7, give your customers a better scale of the product. Although you shouldn't clutter up your image with unnecessary details, it is a good idea to use items in your image that give your customers a better idea of the size and the scale of your product. For example, if you're selling something small, placing a ruler or something similar next to it can easily help your customers deduce just how big the product is. You never want to mislead your customers into thinking something is a lot bigger or smaller than it actually is. Chances are we've all bought something online and regretted it later because we thought it was bigger or smaller than it actually was. Number 6, show any flaws. Speaking of not misleading your customers, you also don't want to mislead them into buying something with a flaw. If you're selling a used product or just something with a manufacturing defect, you want to clearly show that fault in your pictures as well. If you do that, customers will trust your product more. They'll be more sure about buying the product if they feel like they know everything that's wrong with it already. On the other hand, if you keep any faults a secret, you may have to deal with a lot of angry customers, refund procedures, and just so many other headaches that just aren't worth it. Number 5, clean your product. This is something that so many people forget to do, and it's probably the simplest thing that you can take care of. If you're searching for a product to buy online, you're less likely to buy something with a bunch of fingerprints or stains. That's why it's so important that you clean your product as much as possible. Use a microfiber cloth, rubbing alcohol, and anything you can to give it the spotless shine it had when the product was new. Aside from that, make sure your product doesn't have any dust, because cameras these days will pick up on every single detail. Number 4, use creative angles. There are multiple different photos that you're going to use for your product. It's important that the main photo stands out a bit more from the rest. Instead of using a straightforward angle that you would normally use for the rest of the photos, you can try using a slightly different angle. Your goal here is to display more depth with your product and to show your product in a way most customers would see it in real life. For the remaining photos, you should display the product from a variety of different angles, from the front, the back, the top, and the bottom. Number 3, take extra shots. Not all of the pictures you take are going to make it into the final listing. That's why you shouldn't be scared of using up some of that extra storage and take as many photos as you need. These can be almost the exact same photo taken multiple times over, but usually there'll be a slight difference between all of them. Once you have all of your photos in front of you, it will be a lot easier to tell exactly which photos work best for you and which photos you need to take out. Number 2, represent the true colors. Representing the true tones and colors of your product is extremely important if you care about customer satisfaction. A customer is not going to be happy if they buy a product from you and the colors are different from how they were displayed on the website. The colors in your photo need to be as close as possible to the colors in real life. If your camera isn't able to capture the true colors, you might want to use a photo editing software to adjust the colors yourself. Number 1, don't edit too much. Now, photo editing software is great and they're an integral part of product photography. As we've mentioned, you can use them to bring out more accurate colors for your photos, and you can use them to simply make your photo look a lot better than it would have been. But you need to remember to not go overboard with photo editing. You don't want to completely airbrush or alter your photo because most customers will easily be able to pick up when you do so, and they'll be less trustful of your product. Always know when it's appropriate to edit a photo, and in most cases, just to leave the photo as it is. If all of this seems a bit too complicated for you, or you simply don't have the time to take pictures, PrintBest offers an amazing mockup generation tool that you can use for free. You can use these mockup photos on all of your listings. If you want to learn more, just go to printbest.com. And that's a wrap for this video. If you learned anything new, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Click the bell icon to be notified every time we upload a new video, and we'll see you in the next one.